propaganda that I am falling for is love. And not just love, romantic love.
Tell us more.
I don't want anyone to think that I am saying I hate all men to the point of I don't want romantic love. I am very much participating. Hi guys, it's Lydia KM. Oh, sorry, I'm saying it with the same tone as the other. Hi guys, Lydia KM here.
It's Murugi Munyi.
And we're back again with another episode of
The Messy In Between.
It's definitely TMI.
You're set in your ways.
Weird.
It's so hard to divert from those ways.
That is such a prime example of how hard it is to change. Guys, it's 3 words. It's Lydia KM here.
Yeah.
And it just sounds so off in my brain.
It's Murugi Munyi. No, Murugi Munyi here.
Yeah.
It's Murugi
No,
Munyi.
you're not even saying it with my beat.
Oh.
It's Murugi Munyi.
Oh, it's Murugi Munyi. Also, it's too long. It's Lydia KM. Yeah, that makes sense. Murugi Munyi here.
It's Murugi Munyi. Yeah, actually, that's a really good example. And so, if you are attempting to try and make that man change, think of how hard it is for you to change.
God, the episode hasn't even started.
It hasn't started, but I just thought I'd bring that up. And so actually, every time I think about how hard it is to change yourself, there's silly little habits. You're like, why do I not change this?
Yeah.
Then you attempt to change somebody else.
But it's just so annoying when my man doesn't change the things that I need him to change. Those ones are very annoying.
Of course they are.
It's just so annoying.
Because
just change.
in that scenario, you have the superiority complex of you are better.
Oh yeah, because I am,
of course.
And then also the things that he would want me to change are like not serious things, but he's like super annoying things.
Of course,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, ridiculous.
Like yesterday, I was just telling him like he has this habit of when he gets dressed in the morning, he leaves the hangers. Like see, he's taken the hangers on the clothes. He leaves the hangers on the bed. Like once you've taken out your shirt and your pants, hang the hangers back because now I come back to my room and it's like I have a beautiful white bedspread. Which I allow him to stay in.
Of course.
Yeah, it's a beautiful white bedspread. The pillows are arranged nicely. Everything the way I had made the bed with a green hanger and a blue hanger on the bed. Like, what's going on? You know?
Yeah, you're right. He's
honestly,
wrong. He's so wrong.
And he needs to change. Honestly,
he has to change.
Yeah,
you're
so
right.
if you do see him anywhere and interact with him, just put his hangers back in the wardrobe. Anyway, welcome to this episode, guys. Welcome to this episode of TMI
marriage
podcast.
Advice.
That's it. Here you can trust us to be able to give you really the true nuggets.
And objective advice.
That's it. That's us. Make sure you're following us everywhere: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and all these other podcast places. TMI Podcast KE. We really love being able to interact with you. We love being able to see the stats of who is watching and following our videos because that helps us craft episodes that are specifically tailor-made for you. So please do follow us. It would really help our channel out a lot. Make sure you're following Lydia KM, Murugi Munyi. I am actually shocked at the number of people who we meet who are TMI fans but don't follow our individual pages. Does that shock you? Because it shocks me all the time. Know what?
I love when I see comments. Like the other day I saw a comment, the girl in the green has really nice hair. It's me. I'm the girl. I'm the random girl in the green who this person has never maybe even seen my content. Even at TMI content, they don't even know what my name is. And they're just like, oh, they saw the video and then they just comment. Do you know what? That feeling of like not being known.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It's kind of nice. I actually really love it.
Those pauses.
Yeah.
And I saw when somebody asked you about going to Dubai, like, what is it like to feel normal because you're not known in Dubai? But it's like, but there was a truth to that question.
There is, exactly. That's what I was like, it's an interesting question because I'm like, I don't think I thought about it, but I get where they're coming from.
Yes,
like,
because going around with just anonymity.
Exactly.
Now even London is a bit London is a bit tinted a bit
Rwanda
as well.
is tinted.
Oh, that's done.
Because that's done. That's over.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for following us wherever you are in the world. We really, really appreciate you. And for the times that we speak Swahili, which is like literally 1% of the time, we are sorry, but just Google what it is that we are saying. But we really try to keep it English.
When do we speak Swahili?
Like once in a while, nikisema kitu katika lugha ya Kiswahili.
Ndio. Ndio.
Kabisa.
Ndio sana. Ndio sana. That's all. Anyone who does like get ready with me, so really the only thing I write is ndio.
But did you see Temina Semos? It was
I
so
did.
good.
It was so funny. I saw her and then she was saying at her hands.
Yeah. I don't know.
How flying?
Prepare.
Yeah, she was like, because her arms were flared.
No, her video was so funny. I actually challenge you to do
Good
one.
night. But guess what, guys? I actually want to do more of those get ready with me. And when Victor Peace did it, okay, all right. Swahili Sanifu King,
right?
Jesus.
Yeah, wait to see mine. Even me, Swahili Sanifu.
Please do one.
Yeah, I just need to
That'll
keep
be so
pausing
funny.
to the voiceover after every sentence. That's the only thing. That's the issue.
Yeah, but you can do it. I think
Yeah,
so.
I think so.
that's
good.
on.
I do, then you do, and then all of us.
You do.
Fantastic.
The end.
Yes.
Anyway, last week, if you watched our previous episode, we talked about propaganda we are not falling for. And you guys obviously stand 10 toes down on that. Thank you so much for contributing, for all your comments. Today we are going to do propaganda we are falling for. And it's not the opposite of last time, but like propaganda we're actually falling for. So be letting us know down in the comments.
Yeah.
What's one?
Should I start like on a high? Should I start on like just medium?
We'll start on a high. Why not?
Anal. That's propaganda I'm falling for. And I don't know if I would say that there's been propaganda for it, but I do feel like...
Why are you lying? You're living a fake life, Morugi. Yes, you are. You haven't done it in ages.
No, I did recently re-enter that realm.
One instance after like 6 years break.
And I've decided I like it. Actually, I've been on Beducated looking, because you see, actually I realized the reason I stopped is because I don't think I had like fully realized the potential in it, and also the techniques, because by the way, there are techniques. There's a course on there. I'll send it to you. This one is not I don't see ad but I'm just telling you the techniques there that they show. It's like, it really makes sense. Me, I was just doing it. I was just like, oh my God, this is fun. I'm just like, now I'm doing it from a point of knowledge and a point of like, I know what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what?
So yeah,
I'm surprised.
Thank you.
And new information has entered.
Thank
you.
you.
I have now changed my mind.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Go for it.
Thank you.
Are you falling for the propaganda of anali? That would be what in Swahili?
Should, yeah.
Anali.
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 Yeah, anali.
Tell us down below.
In fact, say the same
Anali. J.
Unaanguka. What is propaganda in Swahili?
J. Anali.
Propaganda in Swahili.
I don't know. Come on, guys.
Come on, Brie. You don't know propaganda in Swahili?
Barrow.
Didn't you guys go to like those really bad boarding schools? Sure, what were you guys learning there?
Joan.
What?
J.
Let them say which boarding schools they went to. I know.
But by the way, my favorite Swahili word is J.
Wow, the 2-letter word.
Yeah, I love it so much. It's the way it's used. It's like so dramatic.
J. Yeah.
J.
Oh, propaganda ambayo tunaiangukia ni anali.
Not two.
Tuna.
Anna.
Oh,
Anna.
Nina.
Yeah, Una.
Swahili is a fantastic language and we should
amazing.
Speak it more often. Yeah,
we should really.
Guys, we'll do a full episode in Swahili. I've committed on behalf of TMI. When we get to we get to our 4th year, now once we've hit 4 years, we are gonna do one.
There is no
It might
way.
be a 10-minute episode, but you know what? We'll try. What propaganda are you
we're not
falling
doing
for?
No, none of mine are. Mine are nice.
Okay,
all of
give
mine
us
are like
one.
chilled. Okay, propaganda that I am falling for is love, and not just love, romantic love.
Tell us more.
I've got to tell you guys, in recent years and in this pandemic of we hate men, I am not saying I'm sitting out of that conversation. You may have heard some of my views. I stand 10 toes.
Clips. Amen.
Yeah. However, I actually feel like I feel like there's a bit of a balance, and I don't want anyone to think that I am saying I hate all men to the point of I don't want romantic love. I am very much participating.
She just hates yours, man.
I am very much participating in romantic love. And because we went from over idolizing it, now we are really at love is a scam, marriage is a scam. It's like, guys, it's not true. It's not. I think, yes, for sure, right now, because like people are more wounded and people have more language around wounding, we are seeing more of that. We're seeing people talking about healing and the things that they are going through, and people are going through a lot, and narcissism for sure has gone up a notch because of like social media and stuff. But truly, to be seen, to be loved, to be cared for, all that in like a beautiful context of healthy love, I'm still falling for that propaganda.
I love that. I would say that from somebody who has been married for a while, when I see people like you, Dora, Sharon Kay, who still dare to believe in love and that love is possible and that a beautiful like partnership and union and marriage can await them, I actually feel like it feels like an act of defiance almost, or an act of bravery in this age, because the level of pessimism of like, hey, in Nairobi, or like even just like all the narratives about like this person has been done for what or whatever, kwa soko, like whatever, like that's just such a huge narrative right now that for anyone to still be like, yeah, I believe that I can meet a man and it can be really beautiful or whatever. I think it's really beautiful, and I think it actually encourages more people to want to believe, because the reality is that I think most women do want to believe, but because they are scared of like getting hurt, exactly, or they are scared of like, I know if I have my hopes too high and then it doesn't end up working out, I'll be so hurt. So I'd rather just like be like, no, this thing can't work, kind of thing. So I love the fact that you still believe in love,
for sure. And I get it. I get why somebody might not, honestly, but it's not that I believe because I believe that, I don't know, the male species are just like such high order, but it's because I think I deserve it. That's it. It's more about how I believe that I deserve it. So it's like, and I also tend to believe if I exist, my match does. Why not?
And I love that.
That's what I believe. If you don't, you don't. It's okay. But if you do, please feel free. This is a safe space to believe in love.
Maybe God knew that I had to get married early, because I feel like if I got to 30, maybe he knows that I would have just stopped believing altogether.
You wouldn't have.
Really?
No, you wouldn't have.
I'm also really a lover girl.
And you believe that you deserve it. It's not even about the concept of love itself, because when I think about love, I think about love in the context of the people who are in a relationship with. Love is not this entity that exists there. It exists in me. So that because I believe I deserve it and I want to give it, then you would. No,
so Joe, what would you tell people who it's like they want to believe in love, but because they have been in love or like been in relationships that haven't worked out, where they have been abused, where someone has taken advantage of them or whatever, and they have really been hopeful. So of course, even if someone really wants to, if they've been through enough really bad situations, it's so easy for, I imagine, someone to just be like, you know what, maybe it's not in the works for me, maybe it's not something that I can have. How should somebody approach that? Like,
for me, the way I approach it is that when I talk about love, I don't talk about love as in it's this thing that I haven't had. I've had love, but how the dynamic between me and my ex-partners is what wasn't working. So instead of seeing it like it's love that's tainted, it was that dynamic that wasn't working. Right. So then what happens is that when I move on, I'm like, okay, that's done. The next one,
you've taken love with you.
Yes, I've taken love with me. It's always with me.
Yeah.
And now that dynamic didn't work out. Now we go to the next one. And also it's okay to have moments of those feelings of like, okay, wow, maybe it might not work out. You can have those moments. But if you do believe you deserve it and you do want it for yourself, for sure, things are created twice. First in the mind and then in reality. So you've got to keep that going for yourself if you want it. That quote was by Robin Sharma. Anything I say goes to, I heard Lydia KM say, even when I say you said it,
put on an affirmations thing, Lydia KM. First things are created twice. That's really beautiful though. That applies for even business ideas, for whatever, even everything. Yeah, I love that.
Robin Sharma, he's a very smart guy.
Come on, very smart gentleman.
Yeah.
Propaganda I am falling for. Contraception.
Oh God.
I recently found myself on Contra Talk. Is that what it's called? Now everything has its own talk. Yeah. But I went down this rabbit hole of like a whole like section of women who are now very anti-contraception because of like the effects that contraception has on the body. Some of it was even borderline like with feminist ideologies of like, this is like against women. It's like, it's just how comes we're the ones who are having to bear the burden of this and whatnot. And I read a lot of the research, and the reality is that there actually has not been enough research done on how contraception affects women in the long run. And it does affect women. Our bodies are already hormonal a lot as it is. Our bodies already go through so much without you adding an extra thing. So the reality is that it's not ideal. However, for me as Murugi, when I weigh up the pros and the cons of having it versus not having it, I'm at a point in my life where I can't afford to not have it, because what am I going to do with another baby? And I always say that me, I'm pro-choice. So it's not that I feel like I must have it, but my only issue is that I don't know if that time came, whether I would actually make that choice that I am pro of. Do you see what I mean? It's like, I know I have the choice, but I don't know if I actually would make the choice. So because of that, I literally, for me, the benefit of just knowing that I'm not going to get pregnant because I'm on contraceptive is enough for me to sacrifice whatever potential future consequences there are of being on contraception. But I honestly, I'm still so in between. Like now, as somebody who was very, very pro contraception, everything, and by contraception, I'm not even referring to like condoms or, like the physical ones. I'm referring to like the hormonal ones, the IUD, pills and things like that, things which basically just affect the way your body operates. Yeah, still like I would really highly recommend everyone to just go and read a lot of that research that's coming out now, because some of it is like crazy. There's this one that I haven't verified, but they were talking about how a lot of our contraception has been tested on men, has been tested on rats, has been tested on like animals, but like hasn't been observed for a long enough period in women, and it was kind of scary.
But the truth is that's kind of it. And like a lot of things, even for example, how long was the COVID jab tested?
That's the thing,
like a lot of times when you're trying to bring something out, yes, there's like all of these tests, and for sure women, anything that's affecting women is under researched. I completely understand that, but it's like the longer we do things, it's just like therapy, like who did the test on whether or not we should be doing any of it. A lot of things it's like by virtue of experience by humans is what makes it. The research is like us, and so you're right, do your research on exactly what you want to do. I still stand 10 toes down.
That's the thing. Because I mean, the future is like, it could, but me, I know what now would be happening now.
And do I want that choice? Even though I know I am pro-choice, do I want it? Do I want to have to be put in that situation?
Exactly.
But also, not having sex is an option.
There are some things I don't expect you to be saying on this podcast 4 years in. What do you mean? What do you know?
The way we're acting is just like
stop.
No,
wait,
the way we're acting is just kind of like
it's a must, of course,
or having it.
Because that's really how it is. But what I've realized is that now even the advice that I give women has changed, because before, even like women in my DMs, I would automatically be like, please go and get contraception right now. You know, now it's more of like, please
go research.
Exactly, go research and whatever, and know that there are risks and benefits both ways. So which one are you willing to live with? Which one are you willing to have to deal with?
I agree. Fully support that.
Support.
Okay. For president.
Thank you.
Propaganda that I am falling for is taking pictures and videos of as many moments as I want. This whole idea that you need to be in the moment, but you're the one who's asking me for pictures after the night out. Okay, stay in the moment. Stay in the moment.
Yeah, you were in the moment.
The moment is gone. Why do you want to hold it?
Me. Could you airdrop me the pictures you're taking yesterday?
No.
I'm not gonna airdrop.
If every 2 minutes, if I'm taking, be like, God, when will we be here? When will we be present for once? Let me tell you, someone who's experiencing grief right now, and actually when my guka passed is when I saw the real value of having that moment, because however long the pictures took, they didn't take all day, and maybe we were there for 6-7 hours. I didn't record every single piece of moment, but to have it, to hold that, I can hear his laugh, I can hear she's laugh, I can hear the stories that she used to say, or those moments are so precious to me. They're everything to me in grief. So take all the pictures that you need when you need it. I get sometimes it can be like more about like perfecting the picture, enter influencers, but sometimes when it comes to capturing moments, capture it.
Exactly.
Capture it.
And I think it's not just also in grief. Also, like now when I look back at pictures
Your
of like my kids when they were 2 and what I'm like, oh my gosh, you've grown so much. And just like moments like, oh my gosh, remember that time you had an accident and lost your teeth? Remember that time that this happened? It's actually so special.
Yeah.
Where I draw the line though is if we have gone for events or vacations or whatever, feel free to take as many pictures as you want.
Yeah.
But if you're constantly involving me,
What do you mean?
like every minute, Joe, please take a picture of me. Joe, please take a picture of me. So if me, I don't want to be in the picture taking Nini, I should also be allowed to not have to be. That's
is
all
this
I'm
coming
saying.
from the digitoiler?
Yeah.
I know it's not.
But me, by the way, I really try to not make people take pictures of me.
Is it because you don't like relying on people? That's another
It's because I don't want people to
sessions.
rely on me.
What do you mean?
Like I don't want you, because you see now once you've taken of me, it's like now I owe you also pictures. So I'm also gonna need to. Yeah, you see.
Yeah, I do
That's the
understand, and
thing.
even that kind of thing of the perfection part.
That's-
Constant like no, it's
No,
not
I don't
nice.
like that.
No,
That's
and now
the-
we've
I
been
can't.
doing that for like an hour,
Yeah.
and the sunset is gone.
Now it's
You know what I mean? It's like there is a line for sure.
Let's capture the moment,
Yeah.
but it can't now be like it has to be in a particular. No.
No. Oh
No.
God, look at my button. Oh God, look at my eyes. We
No.
can't do anything about those right now. Jane, let's just enjoy this
Your
sunset.
stomach big. Okay, your stomach big. What we gonna do?
Big. God, yeah,
and
draw a
there's nothing
line
we can do,
somewhere.
guys. There's nothing we can do. Propaganda I am buying or I am falling for is financial literacy.
Big time.
Financial literacy is all the rage right now. Everything on Instagram, I just see there are people having courses and what. And you know what? I'm paying for those courses
Dead ass.
because these are things we should have learned in school. A lot of us didn't learn in school. We were busy learning Pythagoras theorem and other useless things that we are not using right now. But financial literacy, how to do your taxes, how to save, how to invest, how to whatever.
100%.
Those are things that everybody needs to be investing in. There are actually even free courses that you can find on like YouTube. There are even like pages I follow on TikTok, which give me so much information.
Yeah.
Someone being financially illiterate in this day and age and you're above the age of 25, unacceptable.
Yeah.
That actually should be a prerequisite for any man when you meet him.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I know for sure there's blockages when it comes to money because money is really, really personal.
Yeah.
So it's like if you listen to here are 5 ways to like you can do this, you automatically it feels like it's attacking you.
Yeah.
Because money literally feels like it is you. You know, so there's many blockages about like learning,
Yeah.
but push through them. I remember when I did the course with Ivy and like I was sat there and I was just like, you are 33 years old and you don't know some of these things, and that feeling is horrible when you are
Yeah.
learning about some things that should
Yeah.
be really basic to an adult. But I felt that once.
And it feels, it does feel really uncomfortable to be like, I feel so dumb. Like, what do I know?
Yeah, and then people
I know
asking these
nothing.
questions, and then and this
No.
bonds, and then and you're just like,
Actually, I was just thinking of bones. I was just like,
Yeah.
No, just I sat there very quietly.
very quietly, like, oh yeah, the yappers have been silenced.
Exactly. You said
but
nothing
you felt,
in a minute.
you feel like an idiot once,
That's
and
it,
then
yeah.
once you learn, it's like, wow, look at this, this amazing. Yeah, I fully support that.
Exactly. And some of the things are not as like big or as scary as like we make them seem in our heads. Like you see these charts and whatever's and someone
out.
thinks do what, and already you're just like, it may start feeling just anxiety, it's just like, oh my god, why can't I just keep my money in the bank and then let it earn interest there? And they're like, no, you could have this fund, you could put in this,
It's
bill,
the words they need to
e-bills,
change their
do
name.
what? Yeah.
They need to call bonds like bands.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Bands or like pedals.
Funds is
exactly.
like furs.
Like,
like
it's something cute.
You know
yeah,
what I
I
mean?
like that.
I think
they
so.
need a PR firm to like you just
Financial
PR the
literacy,
financial
you
literacy.
need PR
That's
because
the
you guys
thing.
sound too intense.
Exactly, but definitely fall for that propaganda because it's worth it, girl
I agree.
and boy.
Fully agree.
Thank you.
Propaganda that I am falling for currently, backwards, boom, boom, down on the ground. Plants. I'm in my plant mom era. Hashtag motherhood. Hashtag being a parent.
Can we stop calling things mom that aren't like
We are
to do
going
with
to
kids?
about
Plant
dogs,
mom, dog mom,
dogs.
cat mom. I'm sorry. No.
No, I stood 10 toes. I think I've said that here before,
Did you
right?
say? Like that- that dog's
about
not
like
your kid?
moms, and it's like, wow, parenting a plant versus a this. But I think it's supposed to be about like nurturing. So anyway, not too long ago, maybe like 2 months ago. Oh my god, my baby is 2 months.
What's that thing called? Agipi?
Thing.
Oh, sorry. What's your child?
What are your 3 things called? My
Wow, Wow, me and her plant
Anyway,
same. My kids and her plant same. You're right.
twins.
All of
Mine
us are
was for
nurturing.
50 bob from China Square, but
Mine-
your 9
Mine
months
was free, actually. Mine, they were all free. All they cost me is a minute and a half.
Okay,
of
let me talk
dogging,
about
that's
my
it.
baby. So my baby, enter picture here. I got her 2 months ago. So I had taken Kevin. Kevin is a family friend. He had come here from Glasgow. So we were going to China Square to get some things, and he needed some plants. So when we were there, he was like, "You should get one." And I was like, "No, I can't." Blah blah blah. Then he was just like, "You know what? I'm going to buy it for you, so you can do it." Then we were deliberating over the name because I've killed someone else's plant before. So he suggested that I call my plant Aggie P. Aggie as in my sister, P for plant. So that I make sure that I don't
Stays alive.
kill it. So far, so good. So far,
So is
so
your plant
good.
a girl?
Huh?
Or she's non-binary?
Definitely a girl.
Oh, it's not a they,
definitely.
them?
Huh? No. I know she's a girl. But if she did come out as non-binary, I would fully support them.
I love that.
Yes, so
You're
2 months.
just-
And but I think by the time you watch this, I've already gotten her a sibling. And the sibling, we're calling her La, as in SHII for she, my late cousin, La.
What's the laugh for?
Just La, as in it should be Sheila, but
Fine.
now it's like.
I'd really
remixed.
love to be named. I'd really love to be named next.
You who's disrespecting my motherhood.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't think so.
My bad.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
me, I want a Murugi, but maybe after this, it's okay. This sounds so cute.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm really loving just taking care and like seeing that I can actually take care of her
Of
and
things.
watering her every Monday. It's just, it feels really good.
You water her like
I'm
this
excited
with a
a
teaspoon.
spoon, and you know everyone's like, why is she being spoon fed? First of all,
Oh!
the standard of my motherhood doesn't have to be yours. No, but it's so that you can count, so that you don't
Right, and how
overwater
many
her.
do you do?
It's like now that she's gone a bit bigger.
I love this is friendship, acting like you care so that you can like just sustain the friendship. Because Lydia said, meet people where
That
they
hurts.
are. No, I'm trying to meet you
said
where
you're
you
acting
are. Yeah,
like
of course,
you
it's
care.
acting. In friendship, you have to act sometimes.
Do you know what? That's
I care
hurtful.
about you. No, I care about you. I care about you. Tell me.
But you
more
don't care about my
her.
child.
No.
Do you know what? Hurtful. Anyway, it's like now it's like five or
Teaspoons,
6. Yeah.
tablespoons.
Yeah.
Wow. And then does she stay in the sun?
I put her really close to like my big window and my living room. So yeah, she gets enough like
That's
sunlight.
nice. What is the lifespan or life cycle of a plant?
It depends on which one.
Like this one of yours?
Or mine can last for long. Like she can continue growing. I just need to repot her, put her in a bigger pot, and then she can just keep growing. Yeah, so right
We are very
now,
happy for you.
thank you so much. Like maternity leave was like so long. Obviously, like I was so stressed.
Yeah. But did you guys bond? You were able to bond.
We
during that
did,
time,
yeah,
right?
skin to skin.
That's
like that really helps,
important.
guys.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I've
okay.
just thought of a cute reel. You should make that reel. Yeah. You
Yeah.
should definitely do that.
Yeah, loving plant life right now.
I love that for you.
Thank
okay.
you, baby.
Yeah, and keeping them alive. Okay.
I will.
Good job. Right. Next one. Propaganda I am falling for is hot girl walks. I feel like the whole of Nairobi, we are all falling for them, and I love it for us. I feel like it's just like
I
recently
do.
gotten like super sexy for you to be like be walking, getting your steps in, and just like staying healthy, but in like a very minimally like excessive way. And I
Yeah.
love that for us.
I absolutely do.
Yeah.
Fully support. Let's all do it.
Let's all
Can
walk.
now, since
We
you're
find
going
other
for being,
places to walk,
president,
yeah.
can you please make other spaces for us to go
There are
around?
others, by the way, but
Like?
easy kusema because so that people can go and jazza there. I'll tell you after.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys,
is-
it can't be everyone. You guys just keep going to Jaffrey's though.
Yeah. Jeffries is good.
Exactly.
Propaganda. Oopsie. Where are you? My bad. Propaganda. I am falling for comfortable clothing. And I know I've been the person who's just like, who gives a shit, right? Kamoto is all the way up. Everything is up the ass. Heels are yay high. You're walking like this. But at least you look cute. But I'm no longer doing that. I am so sorry. Let me tell you. And I don't know if it was like in this grief season, but literally anything that's holding my body in a way that feels restrictive.
You don't
I'm
want
already
it.
going through enough.
Yeah.
Why on
Why
earth
you-
would I wear items of clothing that are
Yeah.
making me feel uncomfortable and
Yeah.
horrible? No, I'm not doing that anymore. Even my gym wear, I'm just like, what is this?
It needs to be super comfy.
It needs to be comfortable and free. And Shiv's line, rotator wear.
Very, very
oh
comfy.
my God.
Yeah.
I don't know what on earth is in that material, but it's so freeing.
Yeah.
That's the way we should live.
It is, honestly.
And you know what? It's sad that we ever thought that it's either or. Because right now I'm like comfortable.
Yeah. I think, is it 30s? I think it's 30s.
It is 30s.
Because this conversation, I'm sure, has been had with women in their 30s worldwide. Just at some point saying, I'm really comfortable. And that's now you start seeing on your TikTok, at 5 different linen pants you should all have, 5 oversized shirts you should whatever. And that's the
it.
man
That's my
aesthetic.
era.
Yeah,
That's my
exactly.
era.
And you want just like
With
nice
trainers.
comfy t-shirts, nice comfy tank tops. So it's like you look chic-ish and you just accessorize. You have sunglasses, you're comfy. That's it. That's where we
trainers.
are, guys. Yeah, but Akina Nelly doing that? No, they're not. It's just us.
But she doesn't look like I don't think Gen Zs are in discomfort the way
Actually,
we were.
no, yeah.
No.
In fact, Gen Z are the most comfortable.
They
In the
are
club,
not.
they're in oversized jeans. and
Whatever
just like
they
a
want
tank.
to do.
Yeah.
No. That's dying with us. Kill it
Us, we're in
dead.
the peplums, the super high block heels.
Heels like that.
Belts.
And you're
belts
walking
which are
like this.
Yeah.
Who is that pleasing? Who is
You
that
thought it was
pleasing?
pleasing men. You thought it was
What a
attractive to men.
shame.
That's what you thought.
What a shame.
That's
what
the
a
issue.
There's some, he was like, I literally saw the other day, I was like, I volunteered. In fact, I bought it.
Exactly.
I exchanged money. For
Exactly.
this.
Speaking of that, another one on my list is propaganda. I am falling for kitten heels. And I know so many people will be like, kitten heels are just so millennial. They're so whatever. I love a good kitten heel.
I have to leave you here.
I know.
This is my bus
I know.
stop.
But yours is like slightly higher than a kitten heel. It's like a 2-inch heel.
That's where I am.
Right.
That's a perfect middle for me.
Oh, right. Okay, fine. Even me, I like that one. But I also really love a kitten heel. Like, I'm happy to do a kitten heel.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. What?
You know it's about to get serious when that
No,
happens.
no. Okay? Visualize. Close your eyes. Visualize it. This beautiful, curvy woman ass for days, right? And you see how her shape is going? Then all of that at the end is kitten heels. Are you happy with yourself?
It depends on the kitten
No.
heel. It depends
You're
on the
not.
kitten heel.
You're not.
It depends on the kitten heel.
What I've got to tell you, it's like...
Can I open my eyes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not...
You
It's
know,
just-
you
babe,
have to think
a
about it
2
like
inch,
this.
No, a 2-inch.
2-inch can be too tall for some people, can be too high for some
Not
people.
for you.
Can I have freedom to speak my truth here? Do people have freedom in TMI podcast?
No.
No freedom in TMI podcast?
thought.
Whoa. Girl, just allow me to do the kitten heel.
Okay.
I have 2 pairs of really nice kitten heels. However, I don't actually wear them that often. I don't know why. But I feel like the next time I come for TMI shoot, I'm going to carry so I can change Lydia's mind. And mark my words, guys. By the time this woman turns 35, which is in just a few months, she'll be in the kitten heel community.
I don't think so.
Yeah, just
2-inch is just right. Because it's almost embarrassing. Like, it's almost like I clearly cannot handle anymore. This is my version of giving up. This is it. I have given up on life.
3-inch actually is too much. 2.5 sometimes. I think most of the ones we wear are 2.5.
Oh,
See those
there?
ones, for those Shootopia ones,
Yeah.
the basic ones, I think
Yeah.
they're 2.5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so now that even haven't worn that in ages.
Yeah.
I'm talking about that 2. That 2 and that's it. Because that tiny one.
I just feel like
Who-
this
and
episode
every
is
time I see
separating
her-
us from the youths. We are being separated from the youths.
You are a few months away from literally being separated from
I think I already have, by the way.
No,
I don't think I can.
it's
I
35
can
down.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But funny enough, Joe, you're getting more youthful.
I agree.
You
I
are.
think so. Even
Yes.
in like how I just feel. I just feel more
for
youthful.
sure.
Yeah.
Dressing, everything.
Thank you.
So no, you haven't left.
Thank
but decide on the kitten heels.
I like how she says you, as if like me and her are not the same age.
We're not.
We literally are the same age. Oh my God.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Propaganda that I am falling for is 0 days. And this is coming from a recovering, if you have a 0 days as a digital toiler,
What is 0 days?
like a 0 day, like you did nothing. You did nothing that's productive at all. As far as productive in the way that we would articulate it is like work or something like that. 0 days.
I can't remember the last time I had a 0 day.
I'm sorry.
Whoa. That would be really nice.
Yeah. And literally, I just do nothing all day. And I mean nothing productive. I don't look at my goals. I don't think about what I'm doing the next week.
But you
I
post on
lie
your
down.
page.
No, the Sundays. I don't post on my page at all. I literally just nothing. And I have only let the worst experience of my life be the reason why I give myself permission to do that. And now it feels sad that all week, the way everything is tied to productivity, and that's fine. Sometimes it's just like the season to be, but I want to give myself more of those 0 days.
How can I have a 0 day with kids?
See, you're the other parent.
Yeah, but you see, you can't, because even him all week he's also working. So the day I would want to have a 0 day.
Yeah, but sometimes he takes them.
Yeah,
like somewhere.
But I feel like it's just impossible to have a 0 day with kids.
The
Maybe
whole
when
day.
the whole day. Maybe
Or when
if
they go
they've
away.
gone away, exactly.
A Sunday, nothing. Just you don't even do anything.
Oh God,
you
I
just
have anxiety.
sit.
I have anxiety.
Yeah.
And I thought
You just chill. You and your man just hang out.
now I'm already thinking, can I spend that day pre-shooting some content
Oh no.
for?
Oh. Oh God. Baby.
A digitoiler.
A digitoiler in the wild, in the loose.
No, but I should challenge myself because that does sound lovely. It's
And
giving me
guess what?
anxiety, but it does sound
Just
kind of
do
lovely.
one a month. Don't overdo it to do it once a week.
Right.
Just find one Sunday where you do absolutely nothing of production. You produce nothing. You just relax and rest and take it.
nothing.
Yeah, because a lot of our identity is the more you do, the more you have value. So this is not like, oh, we want to be productive. We just feel like our value is tied to the productivity.
What's your value as a creator?
Yeah, so if
Like,
you
what
don't
it-
produce, who are you? Let's try and define ourselves beyond that. And funny enough, it turns out that a 0 day gives you such good energy for the rest of the day for you to lean in more. So yeah, that's propaganda. I am back down, falling on.
Well,
flat.
maybe yeah.
Or you can
Yeah.
start with
I
half
would
day.
really love to do that one. Yeah.
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 It's just ease your
Actually,
mind.
maybe a day when some hours in between, like when my kids are in school and like and they have not yet come back home. So like maybe like a 9 to 4 p.m. I could do a 9 to 4.
That makes sense.
Yeah, a weekday actually I'm more likely to be able to have a 0 day.
Then do that.
And then I just read or just like watch something.
Or watch something, lie down, take naps, eat nothing. Don't overproduce content. If you want to give us like a little recap, it needs to be like that. You know those little
Literally, yeah.
videos.
Or
of
1,
like
2, 3, 4, 8. What's
done.
You know what? I'm gonna challenge myself. Actually, when
Try
I go to Cape Town, I'm gonna try that.
Try that. 0 day.
I feel challenged. Thank you,
Good.
Lydia. I'm going to do that. Okay.
Try that, guys.
Yeah. I don't want to have to wait for something really bad to happen to me
For you to feel that change, yeah.
Exactly. Propaganda I am falling for: glossy lips over matte lips.
Who even still mats their
People
lips?
do, imagine.
Are you serious?
People buy matte lipstick and wear matte lipstick. It's bondage.
Yeah.
It's bondage.
I have not seen any of the atrocity on my feed for a long time.
I see it on my feed and I'm always
Really?
like, oh baby, what in the dry ass? Anyway, guys, I have a business called The Lip Tribe. Please go follow
We
me.
said
Thank you. Oh,
we already introduced you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
but yeah, that's where we are getting
Yeah.
all our glow. Dare I see anyone outside the Lip Tribe?
Mtamuona. You will see her.
You will see. You
Thank
will know my name. Yeah, no. Do you know what I think? Matt gives. I've curated myself. Gloss gives. I am myself.
But you see, like the Kardashians and whatnot, they do matte lips.
Yeah, I don't know. We should compare with Caucasians.
Right.
Wow, the way I just said Caucasians.
Yeah. With the white people.
Huh?
With the white
Yes.
people. Right. Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because to me, I just see matte lipstick. I'm just like, no.
No, gloss
No.
gives free.
And yet, I
it
remember
gives
having
youthful.
a really proper matte lip.
We
face,
were
girl.
like, yuck. Oh my God. Gloss is so childish. It's so 90s.
Actually, our Hebrew days
Yeah.
were all lipstick days.
Exactly. So, if next week we've changed our mind, we reserve the right to.
That's it right now. I can change my business to be completely only matte
Yes.
lipsticks. You can't say anything.
It's still the Lip Tribe.
Thank you.
Thank
but
you.
Matte lip tribe.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Propaganda that I am deeply falling for, and you guys already know. Actually, no, I don't know. You know this one. Your diet is everything. You're upset, it's your diet. You don't feel good about yourself, it's your diet. You are not sleeping well, it's your diet. And
It's
I
not
am
your man beating you.
No. It's fine.
you're
All you gotta
definitely-
do is eat more greens, and everything in your life
Everything is
changes.
fine. Yeah.
So the reason why I'm saying that is that recently, I was eating a lot of sugar as kind of part of comfort in like the worst days, after she passed. But then now I've gone off sugar. I'm eating more veggies. I'm just being more balanced with my diet. What a wonder.
Life is worth living.
Life is worth living.
Yeah.
Can you sing like that?
Yeah.
No,
You
'cause of
can't
your
because
diet.
you're not eating well. That's the
No,
problem.
honestly, like having less sugar in my diet, more greens, and
More whole
eating
foods.
Yes, and eating like decent portion, but like consistently has changed the way I feel. I feel so much lighter. I feel more like in my
Energetic.
body, more energetic. My brain feels like it works all the time, because
Yeah.
a lot of times before I would just kind of forget to eat, or I'm not disciplining myself enough to eat, and I'll see like I had breakfast, the next time I'm eating is dinner, but the whole day I was digitoiling.
Exactly. And she'd get like lunch and eat like 2 bites and then that's it.
Do you know
It's
the
just
way I
like-
thought about it, and the way I've been trying to think about it? It's like my body being a person. You know, it's like, imagine it's you.
Yeah,
like
why would you not
you have
feed
breakfast,
you?
and then I'm just like, Joe, can you get to work? And you're just like, I'm hungry, or just like, I don't have time. Just get to work.
Poor Lydia, the body. Yeah, but I'm glad you've recognized that. Also, what you eat affects even things such as like your cycle, how
mental health.
your mental health, even how like your body is able to like deal with stress, able to deal with work, able to deal with even during your cycle. You see how like sometimes it's like you're on your period and you're like so low on energy or so whatever. Try eating.
Yeah.
Something good for
Eating
your body.
good.
Yes,
Eating
really
good for sure.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are abroad do say that eating healthy is expensive, but Kenya is a country where that's not true.
Because we grow food here.
Yeah, that's.
it's
Do
so
you
cheap
know
to
how
get fruit.
lucky we
Yeah.
are that actually between you and your food is like one person in the UK?
Yeah, it's like
I
20
knew
people.
that the food had to come from somewhere, maybe somewhere in Kenya, a mango, before it comes from
Yeah.
Joroge down the road
Right.
to me, Lydia in Bristol. Do you know how many
Yeah.
hands it's gone through? Whereas us, it's always like maybe 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
At most.
Yeah.
We are so privileged.
I know,
Oh
and I
my
think
God.
because we have grown up in a culture in like an agriculture-centered country, we really take it for
Don't
granted.
oh my
And because
God.
so many people maybe haven't traveled out there, you don't realize how amazing it is for me to be driving. Every time I'm driving up Lenana Road, there's a guy there selling mangoes, and I'm always like, wow. Like there's a guy here selling mangoes. 50
You
bob.
can
Yes, there you go. You buy your mango. you
get
go home
like
and
5
eat.
pounds.
Yeah.
5 pounds for a mango that you can just hear.
Yeah, I know.
Guys,
crazy.
we are so lucky. If we can afford to, whenever we can, like be more conscious about your diet, because where I feel amazing.
Exactly. Love that for you, sweetheart.
Amazing.
Love that for you. Propaganda I am definitely falling for is laser. Laser for hair removal, because guys, you people are still waxing, and it's not that I'm trying to get you to not wax, because it is cheaper, although in the long run I don't know if it's cheaper, but it is cheaper per session, but you people are going through a lot of pain. The number of you're told that the longer you wax it's going to get less painful. Has it gotten less painful?
It is for sure. I don't even like scream Abu up. Yeah, me, I've already fallen
But
for
me, I
it.
did my laser yesterday. No, 2 days ago.
But you said it's like there's basically nothing there. Zoom in. This is the content they came for. This is the content they came for. Okay.
And then you show us yours.
Oh, oops.
Oh yeah,
I'm a
but I can
neighbor.
tell you there's hair there. Yeah, exactly. So either way, even with the laser, you still kind of need to go for sessions. But like once you've finished, like let's say your first 10 sessions or whatever, your sessions are like twice a year or something, and
Yeah.
you don't have to go and be like, waxing. By the way, no,
Yeah.
we don't deserve that, guys.
It's true. Me, I'm still waxing, but we wanted to experiment with you, and now we have.
Yeah,
And now
do
we are
it. You
we're
deserve
done.
it. You deserve it. Yeah,
Agreed.
And it's not painful, guys. Just do it. Wherever you do it, just do it. I highly recommend. I give you one.
Go on.
Okay. Propaganda I am falling for and have been falling for a while and will continue to fall for is the Apple lifestyle. Apple Watch, Apple phone, Apple laptop, MacBook,
You only use 2 though.
iPad. I use them.
Yeah.
No, actually 3. I use my watch every
for
day.
sure.
This, my AirPods, I use them all the
Oh
time.
yeah, even I forgot about those.
Exactly. My iPad I've been using recently because of Lip Tribe, because like ordering and things like that, I usually use the iPad. So I have been using it. My laptop sometimes. The other day I used it during my masterclass. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like once. It's
Exactly.
like the once
That
it comes
one
out, I'm
time.
like, hi, beautiful.
There you go.
How are you doing? You're
So good to see
Yeah, I
you,
mean,
yeah.
I stand 10 toes down as well. Apple all the way.
Apple all the way. Thank you, baby.
It's still the Apple Watch. I don't get it. Let me
because you
see.
don't have it. You
And
need
it's because
to.
I don't like the face. It's so sporty. I don't like it. No, I don't like it. It just looks like, oh my God, I've got to go and check the kids. What time do they come out of soccer?
Exactly. It's
Yeah,
like
I
someone
know.
who's serious in life.
But me, I'm a plant, mom.
You are, please.
My kids aren't playing.
Also, your
soccer.
call me, whatever that you usually post looks
Yeah.
exactly like an Apple Watch.
But literally, me, I would only be getting it to go on my walks. I just want to track my movement there. That's it.
You don't want to track your movement throughout the day to see how much you're moving, how much you're burning, how much you're whatever.
I don't know. Not yet. Because sometimes I can be obsessed with things like that.
Right,
Even
yeah.
like when I track my sleep, then if I track my sleep, then I get really into it because
Oh,
I
right.
want to
Yeah,
get
I
the
get
most
that.
optimal. Sometimes it can be too much data about what's going on in my body can be a bit much.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It does get
but
a bit much.
Yeah, I support that.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you for supporting it.
Propaganda, as you may know, that I have been falling for years, and I continue to perpetuate it.
Therapy.
Ding, ding, ding.
That was also on my list, but I knew you were gonna say it.
I have an update, guys.
Wow.
So I have a new therapist. I'm not leaving my other one. I just have this specific one because she's Sharon K's therapist, and every time Sharon tells me about their sessions, I'm just like, damn, she dragged you. Oh, damn. Like, and that's kind of what I want, especially as it pertains to
Dating.
as it pertains to dating. So I wanted someone who's gonna be able to actually just say no, like this is happening because of this, like help me piece together. I've had 2 sessions. I can tell you I'm sad.
Her edges were snatched. Her edges were snatched. And sometimes people will go for different things in therapy.
Yeah.
There are people who hate that approach. There are people who
For
say
sure.
they want you just allow me. I just want a safe space to talk and allow me to come to my own conclusions. But there are
Yeah.
people who's just like, tell me what you're seeing.
Yeah.
What are you seeing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I need that
Yeah.
from the dating perspective. My other therapist, who I'm still keeping, is that one, she knows me so well. Because we've been together for like 3 years now, and every time she will say something, she would just be like, do you remember in 2023 when I need that. I love that so much. She's able
The
to
historical
to help
knowledge is
me
really good, yeah.
track like where my growth is, how I'm doing things differently, and also she has a lot of context of my life in a very deep way, and there's a comfort that she gives me because she's more of a like she kind of lets me pull things out, and there's things I need with that. I don't always need the
Right.
yeah. But anyway, oh girl, we are going through it, but I would advise to continue doing that. And for example, I was speaking to my mom and I told her I feel like I've healed my father wound, right? After this last relationship, I was just like, I don't know why I would attract
this
that
kind of
dynamic.
person, yeah.
Like I don't understand. Yeah, turns out it's the mother who wound. Yep. And she said to me, she was like, you are, because I like guys, like now she told me, what do you like most about like men? Like what is it you're looking for? I want somebody who's ambitious, someone who's hardworking. If somebody's working positive impact, all the better, that kind of thing. And then she was like, you don't feel like your dad is very much like that? No, my dad is one of the most talented people ever, but I wouldn't classify him in like ambition, all of that. But then the guys are like emotionally unavailable. So she was like, you're running away from your dad towards your mom. So yeah. And then now there's like a thread I've had to pull about my dynamic with my mom from a perspective of just like emotional softness and sensitivity, because I'm on the other side of the spectrum, and there are many times my mom was not so much. So just that conflict, there's some things there. And guys,
So I remember yesterday you were having this thing about like therapy making us narcissistic and what, and I didn't tune in. But did you say that therapy makes us narcissists?
it doesn't make us narcissistic. However, because community was always what was most prioritized, and now we have the tools and the language to question the quality of community. Now some people are opting to be out of the community if it means that their safety, their emotional well-being is being compromised, and by virtue of that, the community will call you individualistic because you've decided to step out of it. But people who have happy, healthy dynamics in their families, there's no need to cut anyone off. There's no need for
like
boundaries.
2% of the population.
Exactly, because the quality of the community is good.
Yeah.
But now he said there's a balance people are lacking. There's a way people are avoiding emotions by cutting people off. That's an avoidance tactic.
God,
Sorry.
Mike has
I know,
been so much.
It's an avoidance tactic
Yeah.
because instead of me coming to tell you and having to brave you've upset me, or you've done this, or you've done this. I rather just kind of avoid this discomfort and cut you off, because I know you can be a cutter off.
Yeah, but I'm trying. You've had tomorrow. I have 2 very big meetings. You had when I was talking to my mom right now.
I did, but I don't know the context of one.
Right. Oh, okay, fine.
Okay.
I'll tell you the context. Yeah, but you see, I'm trying not to be that person. I'm trying very much to, be the one who has the uncomfortable conversations head on. The reason I'm asking you is because, I wish I had tuned in now, because I would have loved to hear now his perspective on that, the whole concept of like community. So I feel like therapy, like now, especially as you described, like about your mom and whatever, and like that thread of like, was she emotionally available for you and whatnot. Therapy, one thing about therapy that I feel is problematic to me is that because the nature of therapy is that we are trying to resolve unresolved traumas, it really can amplify the negative aspects of relationships, of communities, of families, of relations or whatever, in a way that you spend so much time thinking about, analyzing, assessing, talking about the damages of somebody's negative behavior. But the positive, it's like you won't really address that, because the positive was positive. It was great. I love the fact that I love my mom. But then the more that you talk about like, oh, she did this that was not so good, and this how it has affected you. There was this other thing. Oh, your dad was like this X and Y and Z. And I wonder how that can be counterbalanced, because the reality is that the more we go to therapy, the more you'll talk about those things. The more the idea is to resolve them, but the reality is that now that's what's in your mind. So like now, if I've already been here speaking about like my dad did X and Y and Z, he didn't show up like this, he didn't show up whatever, that's my, like it's like at the front of my mind as I'm interacting with him. And I wonder if that doesn't then cause more friction in those relations, even if like they weren't previously as frictional, so to speak, because you weren't really addressing the traumas. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course, I 100% agree. And unfortunately, because therapy is more leaning towards healing, you have to address the wound. Like, because what are we healing? Like what are you trying to prevent? And usually a lot of times with therapy, you're trying to have somebody walk you through your whys as it pertains to negatively affecting your current. So then we gotta go back and be like, what could have happened for your behavior to be this way, in a way that's a bit negative. So it's true, it's more geared towards this other side, and it can affect relationships. And I see why people don't want to necessarily go to therapy, because maybe you feel like, oh, you're in a relationship with your mom, it's fantastic, it's good, right? But maybe you see that there's somewhere like in your job, you can't speak up for yourself. You want to change that. You go to therapy, and then she asks you, how are you as a child?
Here you are. Speak up as a child.
There is your mom. You see? So it's like a lot of times you're seeking to make more positive changes in your future, but you've got to address why you're unable to create those naturally. Then that's where it trails back to that. So I do understand if you don't want to go to therapy because you don't want to shake up things, I completely understand, because one of my fears has been that I really didn't want to address anything pertaining my mom, because she's she's amazing, she's such a great mom, but if I don't address this bit that's lacking, it might be affecting me in ways that I'm not aware of, right? And so that's definitely what I want to work on.
I mean, and I guess it's just one of those things which is like the hyper focus on the negative is necessary for the healing, because it's like that's what requires healing. So
and for what it's worth, despite the fact that in therapy I have had to really concentrate on some of the things that have happened between me and my dad in a bad way, but where I am now, to be in any situation where I'm with my dad, or to even talk about things, or even some of the things that are happening right now, and not be triggered and not be reactive and not feel anger, like it's such a good thing. I feel so wonderful, and it feels like I've gone into all of the gunk and cleaned it.
But for me, it's like when it's already a relationship that was doing badly anyway. You see, like with our dads, it's just kind of like this already, the relationship is not making me happy, so let's go and talk about the bad things. Let's see what we can do, because you're trying to protect yourself.
But the good ones,
with the good ones, it's like it just feels so. And sometimes it's like I get that you don't want to shake the tables, but also it's kind of like if it's not, I don't know.
And also if you're afraid of shaking the table, what's on the table? You know, and I gotta tell you, majority of people hold on to their mother wound because nobody wants to villainize their mom.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to say that their mom did anything wrong, because majority of the times the mom is the one who stayed. The mom is the one who's been proactive and everything like that. But I'll tell you, I spoke to my mom about some of the things, and because I was scared, even though she's told me time without number, it's fine. But she was like, because she knows I'm doing this in an attempt to figure out what could be amiss as far as the relational dynamic I have romantically. She's like, whatever she would need to sacrifice to help me figure that out, she's willing to. So a lot of moms, maybe they might not be that way, but maybe your mom might be more open towards that, because I know for sure with everything my mom could, she did.
Yeah.
So the bit that she wasn't able to,
she did her best.
She actually did her best. This one is the one who did her best. To the best of her ability, she did. And the things that she missed, I don't think she knew she was missing.
Yeah.
Which is why I know it's her best. She didn't know. And even us, we didn't have the language way back when.
How then do we strike that balance of like maybe it's just to constantly remind yourself of all the positive things that your parent was, and all the things they did, because therapy will for sure remind you of all the negatives.
Yes, the negatives are going to come up for sure. So it's like you've got to work hard on your empathy. You've got to still humanize them, and like, you know, especially if there's a relationship that you really want to keep. But because I also don't want to, because I've seen it's a bit of that kind of emotional avoidance, a bit distant, seems to be something that's kind of generational. Because I want it to stop at me, I have to have the courage to feel it and face it.
Right.
Yeah. It's too much. First of all, there's too many things. Sometimes, you know, I go to therapy, I'm just like, which one do I begin from?
That's it.
Where do I begin from? Yeah. But I think the growth that has come from therapy has allowed me to be able to analyze a person, including myself, without villainizing them.
Yeah.
Just being able to see like, okay, even some of these things, that was not a wound that was intended.
I get that. Yeah. For me, I think the biggest thing with therapy is that it allows me to see people as not just one thing. So let's say your dad was a bad dad. Maybe he was a great doctor. He probably was a fantastic brother, and maybe he was a broken man. Like him as himself was just a broken man. So like that person is only, you only see them from the way they are to you, but they are different. They are person, and they have different whatevers. And I always see that whenever I see my kids. Like Mukeni is always like, Mama, what am I? When I come home, are you going to be home? And I'm like, no, I have her. She's like, no, how come you're not gonna be home? To her, she's only seeing like, how are you not going to be here when I arrive? She's not seeing at I'm a pod. She doesn't see I'm a digitoiler. She doesn't know even where the money. She just thinks like, okay, fine. Why are you just not here? Why can't you? Whatever. Why can't we sleep in the same bed? Why can't we? Like, she's only seeing how I relate to her, but she doesn't see me as a friend to you, as a boss to these people, as you know, just like as a woman, as a wife. She's just like, to me, I'm just her mom. You see,
and that's what we see about our parents.
That's the thing.
Therapy does help.
It really does
detach to that, and I think I've gotten more empathetic towards both my parents, but in relation to how I relate to all of them, I've also become more empathetic to myself too.
Come on, queen.
Listen, I know I needed
That's
some snacks.
Come on. Tell them. That's true.
What have we decided? In short, go to therapy.
Go to therapy, guys. Okay, fine. Let's do one last one each. Okay. Let me pick the best one out of my whatever. Okay, this is a good one for me because I recently saw something that was trending about this. Propaganda I am falling for and have been falling for a while is co-parenting. And I don't know what interview I was watching, but there was a lady
if
who
you're
was
not
talking
falling
about
for it, what's the option?
The option is like you're making the baby daddy jump through hoops for him to be able to see his child because you're bitter. Healthy co-parenting, exactly. Or like people who it's like you make the mess. Now it's just about you. It's a fight between you two, but you're bringing the child in the midst of it and whatnot. There are so many dynamics, and I get things of the heart and things of love, especially where a child is involved, are so complex and they are so difficult, and I know it can be really, really painful. But imagine, guys, healthy co-parenting is possible. I know sometimes they don't feel like it is, especially when like you feel like your baby daddy or your baby mom is like the most just like, oh God, kind of person. But guess what? At some point you were there in the bed with them, and now the baby was made. So you kind of just need to make it work, guys. You just need to make it work.
I think so.
Yeah.
I really do love it, especially in a situation where the child is not in danger.
Exactly.
Anywhere, like, you know, their well-being
yeah.
is not being compromised. I think it's courageous.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing that who are parents who are able to do that, especially when there's been like some terribleness towards you as a person.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the most self-sacrificing things you can do to still be like,
yeah.
let me pack everything, go to
Daddy's.
Then when you leave the door, God, that nigga came over here. Can you just... It's okay. Vent to your friends, but let your child be able to have both
exactly.
parents.
You really owe it to the child to try as much as you can to be able to make the co-parenting situation work, so that they can at least get to know both their parents.
Yeah. And I really do feel sorry for the women who did have kids with men who weren't great. I see that pain. I see that pain. I see how terrible it is. I see the guilt that goes on. I know my mom sometimes still says that she feels some guilt. But yeah, do the best that you can do.
Exactly. Do your best.
You're truly your best.
Truly your true best.
Truly your
exactly.
true best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. My one. You won't be able to relate to this, so you can sign off. This is propaganda I am truly falling for. Is being paced. Moving at a pace.
Oh, please.
She doesn't know what that means.
No, do you know what that means?
Paced is when you... So you know how you go through like... No. It's now like...
So between our last episode and this episode, have you been paced?
You know, when I'm around you, I also match the energy.
Lydia, I feel like the Lydia that Lydia wants to be and the Lydia that Lydia is are two different people.
And that's okay.
And that's fine. Even me, that's
it.
propaganda I want to fall for. So say that's propaganda you want to
fall for.
Yeah,
I'm slowly falling for it. Me, I have 0 days now.
So, okay, and to be honest, there are some days where I'm like, I can see that you've had a paced day. Some days.
Yes, and that's actually what I want. Actually, yesterday, I had the day that matched life before I was a new person, and I was like, this is how we used to live. And we you know, iron sharpens irons. It's also madness sharpens madness. So it's like we feed off each other's energy like that.
Where's your reel?
You know, we get like that together.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying to, every so often, can we have a pace day?
Yeah.
Or just like introduce pace when there's no need to rush.
That's true.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yes, when we can rush, we know we can rush. But when we can pace, can we try and pace?
We can, babe. We can.
I'm really attempting that because it gives dysregulated. I know when somebody runs in and they're like, you are not regulated. That nervous system is going through shit.
And now the problem is that they come and they affect you now because you've come in now with your attitude or whatever, your rush, whoa.
And funny enough, we work with all paced people.
In fact, the pace test.
They're all on their phones right now, by the way.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of, please give us, what is propaganda you're falling for?
Brie, give us a social media one.
You're falling for that.
Me too. As my therapist, my business advisor, my financial advisor, my whatever
therapist, you need to go see your woman.
No, but this one, it's like
stand up.
ChatGPT gives such good advice.
I saw the other day that somebody who's schizophrenic had put on GPT. I stopped taking my medication and I've blocked my family and I've gone away from home because I know they're the ones who are responsible for like Sijui something happening, like some paranoid experience. ChatGPT, good for you for drawing healthy boundaries. That is problematic. Actually, since then I haven't used ChatGPT for therapy.
Also, you know, some of these things are fake. Don't believe everything you see on social media.
No.
Maybe that person was lying.
And we are on social media literally right now as we speak. Don't believe everything.
Don't believe.
Okay, fine. Good to see therapy is being... Okay, you. Brenda.
Me, I would say as a therapist assistant, I would say. Because you see, therapy is only once a week or once every 2 weeks. But in between, you kind of need help. Like, oh, my mom messaged me this and I kind of feel this way. What do you think?
Yes, but then now you need to, like, if it's something important, you need to check through your therapist because I've gone to my therapist with what ChatGPT said. She's like, I would like to rephrase that. I would like to reframe that, if I might.
I hate the word reframe.
I hate
Shut
that.
up. Who asked you to reframe anything?
Beryl, production one. Which one? You're down for the iPhone game? Love that.
Love that, sweetie.
Consistency is one you're falling for. Okay, I love that.
I'm
giving, I want to keep my job. I love it. I'm employed. Keep me here. Nance? Oh, okay. Exercising it more often, right?
Is that propaganda? Was there propaganda for free will, really? Or did God just give us?
But there is propaganda starting. You
right,
see all
yeah.
these reels of like,
Actually,
I
when I
remember
realized
that
I
I
have free will.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So now you know. That's giving. I'm done with my job.
That's
You
it,
guys can figure
exactly.
it out.
Yeah.
I don't
Also,
give
I
a
want
shit.
to. I want to see you actually exercise the free will, because one thing, Nancy, I want to hear you. I want to hear you exercise the free will. Okay.
Yes, let's
We are
exercise
watching.
free will
Watch
more.
this space. Watch this space. Yeah. Okay.
We're done.
We're done.
Okay, those are good. Those are nice.
Yeah,
I
that
feel
was-
like we're trying to fall for the right things.
We are
Yeah.
definitely, and better. This is not a standard. It's like people can fall for the ones they want to, and you can also choose the ones that you don't want to. You don't
Yes.
fall for them. That's
Propaganda you fell for was, and she was really adamant. She was just like, no, this isn't for me. I've just decided, but no, this is not for me. And
Lashes.
here she
Don't say
is.
lashes.
Lashes?
I definitely fell for it. And I tried to be without them now at some point, but I was like, what in the potato head?
What is that?
What in
And
the
look how
potato?
beautiful
Yeah,
you
I
look.
know. Yeah.
Your eyes, the way they are so nice and
Thank
big,
you.
they deserve the
They
wings.
do, honestly. And it's just like, this is the vibes.
Yeah, and now
It's
when
the
you remove your
vibes.
makeup with this hair,
You just still look right, and you just put a little gloss on. You're cute.
a lip gloss from Lip Tribe, come on.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you
Done.
very much. Mhm.
So yeah, let us know, guys, down below what the propaganda that you are in fact falling for, and if there are some which we've said that you disagree with, please
Let
do
us
disagree.
know.
Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe everywhere where you're listening to, where you're watching. We really appreciate it when you do. Until next time, bye.